When people are suspecting journalists in Gaza of being in the resistance, my obvious answer is they would endanger themselves, first of all. They are already so much at risk. They would be instantly killed, basically. They are just moving targets already.
How does it make you feel as a journalist seeing German journalists vilify someone with unverified accusations?
It's also this similar impulse in many Germans now that they even admit that some of us were right about how Gaza is being flattened. The impulse often is, but why do you maybe question the existential right of the state of Israel to exist when we don't even necessarily say that? So the impulse is always to double down somewhere on the last thing that they can cling to, while they admit that they are shifting with the discourse, but then they only bring up like sadness, they don't bring up courage. It's so sad what happens in Gaza, they say. Basically the message is, let's give up on the people in Gaza because it's already too late. When actually what we learned in the last 2 years is that being brave matters a lot. In these times, it sounds very crazy, but in these times every one of us can save a family by finding someone for a family to host their fundraiser website, etc. So this is very rewarding, and I wish more people would know how rewarding that is.
I wish everyone in Germany reading this non-journalistic crap complains about the level of journalism that has gone to really propaganda levels rather than real journalism that questions power and calls for justice.
For example, this 80% of food is being withheld by Hamas claim. What was that?
They're claiming that Hamas steals the food, but there is zero evidence of that, even by the Israeli military themselves admitting they have no proof of that.
The people at Verdi and other places that justify maybe the murder of journalists in Gaza, or seem to justify, you can't convince them. If all the institutions in Germany will fall because the discourse is shifting, like should people leave Verdi Journalists Union, or should they change it from within? Is the discourse changing enough for that? I don't know.
I think it's up to people to pressure institutions to live up to their own standards.